Jerusalem was always a part of Palestine, but due to American support, Israel was able to conquer all of Jerusalem.
I recognized Jerusalem as the capital of Israel.
For many reasonable and rational-minded people out there, Jerusalem should be for everyone. A holy city, an international city for the world. But Israel is hell-bent on keeping it entirely for itself and populating it with religious Zionist zealots.
שאתה רוצה את החמור הזה שיזוז, מה אתה תגיד לו? חמור, בבקשה תזוז. לא! מה, איך מזיזים את החמור? מוציא את המקל, טח, טח, חמור טייב, זוז מכאן. ואז הוא זז. הוא אומר, אלה ישמעאל, רק ככה מבינים. אתה תבוא תדבר איתם שלום, הם על המלחמה. אם אתה לא תראה את הכוח שלך שאתה חזק, בחיים לא...
What's happening in Palestine is pure ethnic cleansing. Israel doing everything in its power to get rid of the Palestinian Muslims and Christian inhabitants and to ensure an absolute Zionist majority. What is taking place in Rafah and other Palestinian areas is nothing but war crimes, and the world must wake up, especially the Arabs in the vicinity. Those Arabs who are cautiously watching their borders and condemning Israel here and there.
South Africa has said it's lodged an urgent request with the UN court over Israel's military operations in Gaza's Rafah area, and of course this follows South Africa lodging a case that was heard recently in that court to discuss whether or not genocide had been committed. So they're adding to some of the requests they're making to the UN courts on this issue.
Israel doesn't care about international law. You just have to look at the recent International Court of Justice case against Israel. Israel pays no attention. The court doesn't matter. It sees itself above international law, and this should be concerning not just for the Palestinians, the Arabs of the region, but also the world. What Israel is saying to the world is, they are above the rule of law in any land. What matters to them is their religious laws and nothing else. Many Zionists come up with the argument that Israel is a democracy and it respects religious freedom, as Muslims are allowed to pray in Jerusalem at the Aqsa and Dome of the Rock, and Christians too with the Church of Nativity. This is clearly not the case, because time and time again religious extremists from Israel visit those holy places of Muslims and Christians not to pray, but to cause mischief.
אם מעזה אתם תמשיכו לרעוב, תמשיכו למות, הבתים שלכם ימשיכו להישרף, הילדים שלכם ימשיכו לחיות בבוץ ובניילון, עד שאחרון החטופים לא בא לכאן חזרה. כן, אנחנו אומרים שאנחנו רוצים לקחת להם אדמה, לקחת להם את השטח ולהתיישב, כי רק ככה הם יבינו שניצחנו אותם. לא מעניין אותם הבתים, לא מעניין אותם ההרוגים, לא מעניין אותם שום דבר חוץ מהאדמה. אני לא מרחם על העזתים האלה. אני לא חושב שיש מישהו במדינת ישראל, בארץ ישראל, שצריך לרחם על העזתים האלה. לא על מבוגרים, לא על קשישים, לא על צעירים ולא על ילדים. העזתים, מבחינתי שירעבו למוות, מה אכפת לי מהם? למה צריכים שיהיה לנו אכפת מהעזתים?
The problem today isn't just Netanyahu. He's always been a problem. So have every single past Israeli prime minister. Israelis like to elect war criminals for some reason. Take for example Ariel Sharon. He dared to step foot at the sacred Aqsa mosque, igniting the intifada. What was he expecting? Palestinians to throw rose petals at him whilst the Israelis bulldoze and commit war crimes against the Palestinian people. Ariel Sharon clearly wanted to cause trouble, and he did. Ariel Sharon was also known for the massacres in Sabra and Shatila against unarmed Palestinian civilians.
זה ההזדמנות לרכז עכשיו פרויקט הגירה, פרויקט של עידוד הגירתם של תושבים מעזה אל מדינות העולם. שלא נטעה, יש לנו פרטנרים ברחבי העולם שאנחנו יכולים להסתייע בהם. יש אישים ברחבי העולם שאנחנו יכולים לקדם איתם את הרעיון הזה. עידוד הגירה של תושבי עזה יאפשר לנו להחזיר הביתה את תושבי העוטף ואת תושבי גוש קטיף.
Today, Ben Gvir of Israel is a prominent figure. He's the Minister for Security, and for years this man has worked hard to wipe out the history of both Muslim and Christian Palestinians, their identity and at times even their ancient graveyards. You see, my friends, these people took control of Jerusalem, a city which is meant to be peaceful, a religious oasis for Christians, Jews and Muslims. But today it's a place for daily clashes where Israeli soldiers and Zionist extremists routinely storm the holy shrines, leaving behind broken bones, blood and tears. Gvir is extreme, but he's not any different to any major politician in Israel. They care little for international law, authentic history of Palestinian rights. They want to speed up the process of fully claiming Al-Aqsa as their holy site, and that's the main reason why illegal settlements continue to expand. Inch by inch, they are getting closer and closer to Al-Aqsa, and all the international community does is condemn their expansion. Dear folks, Zionism today is shifting towards religious Zionism, very much like Daeshi ISIS, religious fanatics who wanted to establish Caliphate in Iraq and Syria, and they went from all over the world. This is what Zionists do. They come from different parts of the world and take other people's land because God apparently told them to do so. This can easily be observed in the growing religious sentiments in Israel's judicial system, for instance, and the people in Israel's government, all of whom are religious fanatics trying to usher the Moshiach of the end times. The truth is that Israel's behavior today is only a natural outcome of Zionist thinking. They've been thinking about this and planning this for years. Indeed, for Zionists, religious, secular or even atheist, the war has always been about religion, and they are fighting a religious war against the Palestinians. The world must wake up. Thanks for listening to the Independent Islamic Republic. Assalamu alaikum. Pray for Palestine.